GTA 6 is coming without a physical copy, aka a disc. And while Rockstar has officially revealed GTA 6's pricing, the additions, and other pre-order details, which I'm sure you guys already know, there's actually another announcement that may have a bigger impact on gaming completely, because GTA 6 doesn't come with a disc. Let that sink in for a second. You can walk into a store, you can pick up a physical copy of GTA 6, you can take it home, you can open the box, and inside, no game disc. Because now, it's all digital. Now, some people are looking at this and saying, who cares, everything is digital anyway, but others are calling this the beginning of the end for gaming. And honestly, this situation is much bigger than GTA 6, because if the biggest entertainment launch in gaming history can launch without a physical disc, then what does this mean for every game that comes after it? Today, we're going to break down exactly why Rockstar made this decision, whether it's really about game size, whether it's about stopping the leaks, or whether it's about money, and why this could completely change the future of game ownership. Because the real story here isn't that GTA 6 doesn't have a disc, the real story is what happens next. Before we get into the theories, let's start with the facts. A lot of people online immediately assumed that there must be some mistake. Maybe the disc version hadn't been revealed yet, maybe Rockstar would announce it later, maybe retailers had incorrect information, but according to the official details, GTA 6's boxed version contains a downloaded code rather than a playable game disc. That means the physical box still exists, collectors can still put it on a shelf, retail stores can still sell it, but the game itself is downloaded digitally. And that's a huge shift for a franchise that has always had a physical presence. Think about the history of Grand Theft Auto. GTA 3, Vice City, San Andreas, GTA 4, GTA 5. Every generation had a physical release. And for millions of gamers, buying a GTA game wasn't about the game itself, it was an event. You'd go to a midnight launch, pick up your copy, open the case, look through the map, check out the artwork, and obviously install the game. And the physical copy became part of that collection that you have, and now compare that experience to receiving a code in a box. It's not necessarily worse, but it is different. And that raises an obvious question. Why would Rockstar make this change for what is probably going to be the biggest game launch of all time? The truth is, GTA 6 didn't kill physical gaming. Physical gaming has been slowly dying for over a decade. Most people just haven't noticed because the transition happened very slowly. Think about how games worked 20 years ago. You bought a disc, you inserted the disc, the entire game was on that disc, and that was it. No updates, no patches, no online verification, no massive downloads. The disc was the game. In many cases, the version on the disc isn't even the version most people end up playing. The game has already changed before the launch day. Not necessarily the complete game itself, because PC gaming made this transition years ago. You walk into a PC game store today and you'll struggle to find physical copies of major releases anywhere, as essentially everything is now digital. Obviously, we've got things like Steam and Epic Games, and digital ownership has become normal. Console gaming was simply slower to reach the same point, but it looks like console is arriving at the same place. And well, GTA 6 may simply be the first truly massive console release to stop pretending that discs are still essential. Now let's talk about the explanation most people immediately jump to: game size. The argument is simple. Maybe GTA 6 is just too large. And honestly, that's not a crazy theory. Some installations of games approach or exceed 200 gigabytes depending on modes and updates, while other modern games continue getting larger every single year due to things like higher resolution textures, better audio, more detailed environments, more animations, and obviously more content, because everything takes space. Now, when you think about GTA 6, Rockstar has reported spending years building this game. The map appears larger, the level of detail appears much higher, and obviously the density of NPCs looks far beyond previous games. And eventually, GTA Online will likely be integrated into the experience as well, joining the surface at early 2027. So everything starts to add up. Let's imagine GTA 6 launches on a disc. You still have to install it, you also have to update it, and you have to download patches, and then of course connect online. So at that point, the disc is providing less value than it once did. It's possible that Rockstar simply concluded that digital distribution is now the more practical solution. But I don't think game size is the whole story. I think there's another reason that may have just been as important: the leaks. If there is one company in the gaming industry that absolutely hates leaks, it's Rockstar. And honestly, can you blame them? Few companies have experienced leaks on the scale Rockstar has. Back in 2022, the gaming world witnessed one of the biggest leaks in entertainment history. Development footage from GTA 6 spread across the internet, and suddenly unfinished gameplay was everywhere. Years of secrecy disappeared overnight, and Rockstar had spent nearly a decade building that anticipation. And well, in a single moment, huge portions of the project became public. And since then, Rockstar has become very protective and private. Now think about what happens during a traditional physical launch. Millions of discs have been manufactured. Millions of discs have been shipped. Warehouses receive stock, retailers receive stock, employees then handle that stock, and then obviously distribution centers handle that stock as well. At every stage, there's an opportunity for information to be leaked. We've seen it happen countless times before, and from Rockstar's perspective, that's incredibly valuable. And considering how secretive the company has always been, I genuinely believe leak prevention played a major role in this decision. Of course, there's another reason companies love digital distribution, and that is money. Now, before people get angry, this isn't necessarily a criticism, it's sort of just the reality. Physical games cost money to produce. Digital copies don't have many of those costs. So once the infrastructure exists, distributing another digital copy is incredibly efficient. And for a game that's going to sell tens of millions of copies, the numbers becomes crazy. So that's why loads of publishers have been publishing players towards digital purchases for years. In other words, it's control. Again, I don't think this is the only reason Rockstar made the decision, but it's almost certainly part of the equation. And this is where things start to get very interesting, because the biggest concern isn't convenience and it isn't storage space, it's ownership. When you buy a traditional physical game, you own a physical copy. You can display it up in your room, you can even resell that copy way later in the future, lend it to a friend, or even just keep it to yourself. But that is part of the whole experience. And whether you disagree with this decision or not, one thing has become very clear. This feels like a major turning point, because if the biggest game launch in modern history can happen without a disc, then other publishers are going to look at that very carefully, and they may decide to follow the same strategy. So I don't think the question is about the success of the game with or without the physical copy, because we all know that GTA 6 is going to succeed. The question is whether we'll look back years from now and realize that GTA 6 was the moment the gaming industry finally left discs behind, and honestly, that might end up being one of the most important stories of this entire launch. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Would you still buy GTA 6 without a disc, or is the physical ownership something that the industry should never abandon?